Broadcasting live from the Bill Grays Regional Iceplex in Rochester, New York. This is the 2019 National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships, presented by Mission Hockey and Bauer Hockey. This broadcast is being brought to you by Mission Hockey, Bauer Hockey, the Rochester Convention and Visitors Bureau, Inline Warehouse, Unified Gameware, Blue Frame Technology, and the CJ Sports Network. Now let's head down to the Mission Hockey Broadcast Center for coverage of today's game.
Welcome back to continuing coverage of the National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships. Coming up next on the Bauer Rink, it's Division 4 action in Pool C as the Lakers from Grand Valley State University take on the Tigers of the Rochester Institute of Technology. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's broadcast. As well, good morning, means a whole new thing, especially to Grand Valley State. Their game last night ended at 1 o'clock this morning in overtime against UC Santa Barbara as we are underway. We'll bring you the particulars as we move along. Grand Valley State is in the black. They'll move in. Backhand try, and that's fought off by the goaltender, Dennis Bogdan, a 21-year-old from Broad Albion, New York. 2-6 record. 1 shutout, 3.50 goals against, and an .854 save percentage. And we move the other way as it's controlled here by Nabil Candiel. He'll try a shot, and it's deflected out of play. In goal for the Lakers, 21-year-old from Novi, Michigan, number 35, Zachary McYessie. 7-6 record, 2.78 goals against, and an .863 save percentage. And Grand Valley State there in the black. RIT is in the white. And I will fully admit the numbers on the jerseys for the Grand Valley State Lakers are pretty much illegible. So we'll do our best to try to identify when somebody does something well. Lakers control. Shot comes in. Shoulder save by Bogdan. And that goes out of play. So RIT, they are 0-1. They lost to UMass 8-2 last night. Grand Valley State, they're already 2-0. They beat Florida Gulf Coast 4-3 in a comeback game. Then they fought off UC Santa Barbara in an overtime game, final score of 2-1. Again, that game ended at about 1 o'clock last night, or this morning. So not only a turnaround, quick turnaround for Grand Valley State, for me as well, because I called that game. That shot comes in, kick save by Bogdan, and going the other way, or at least trying to move back with it, was Joseph Testa. Out of the near side corner, here's Tenaglia. Drifting to the far side. Again, it's black jerseys on, black numbers on black jerseys with a very, very slight blue outline and a little bit of gray in there as well. So here's Testa all the way around. Just about a minute 30 in. Testa still has possession as he drifts all the way around to the corner, trying to get around Hofnagel. Hofnagel taps it away towards the corner, but taken right back here by Testa. Tries to back in front, goes to the back of the cage, gets it right back again. Pressure being put on by the Lakers and goes all the way back towards the point. Friday there defensively. Rice it into the far side. Tipped up ahead by Budai. And it heads to the corner. Now for Mark Purley to intercept. Cuts it off back behind the cage. Bounced away by Hofnagel, and here come the Tigers. Long attempted pass up ahead. Blocked him down in front of the cage. And Hofnagel will circle around once again. About 2 minutes in. RIT, Grand Valley State. Here is Hofnagel. Kicked along towards the center line. And reaching back for it, Colin Friday. Nice pass up ahead, but unable to connect with Martin Hofnagel. And here come the Lakers right back into the zone. Nice little cutoff, though, by Jack Ryan, and he'll move up with it. Gets over that center line, moving in 1-on-2. Tries to drag his way through and get his hands free, but can't do it. So smartly tried to move back. Nice cut towards the middle. Turns into a low 2-on-1. Kick to the stick. Tries to sweep it towards the cage. Deflected away and then handballed away by the defense. Now it's the Tigers' turn to try to get some pressure. Back now is Jacob Hopp. Now for Hofnagel. Moves in, takes a wrist shot save. Rebound. Another try off the glove of McYessie, and he will cover up. 9:15 left to go in the first period. Talking about Jack Ryan for the RIT Tigers. 18-year-old from nearby Mexico, New York. Two goals in yesterday's game against UMass. Leading goal scorer for Grand Valley State Justin Sims. 13 goals during the regular season, has 1 during this tournament. So here come the Lakers in. Shot comes in off the post. Oh, great opportunity there for Bradley Robinson. So here's Zach Brown to tap it up ahead for the Tigers. So we have our first dank off the iron, but we remain scoreless. Lakers trying to regroup right back into the RIT zone. Drag to the outside, trying to get to the forehand, pokes it towards the cage, and it's a stick save by Bogdan. Just got a chunk of that opportunity by Bradley Robinson again. So here's Jacob Hopp. Hooks it in New Hampshire. Tries to drag through. Lost it. Tries to chop up ahead. At least slows down the progress. Backhanded ahead, but that is intercepted by Mark Purley out of Worcester, Massachusetts. 21-year-old from Worcester, back behind the cage, under some pressure. I don't think he realized that the forecheck was coming from Justin Sims, the captain of this Laker club. Purley controls, dangerous spin move. He wanted the backhand out in front of his own cage. Nielsen would have intercepted and probably stuffed it instead. Hop throws it up ahead, banked back off a leg. Nice forecheck from the Lakers, just not allowing easy exit for the Tigers, but eventually skitters out towards the center line on the far side. Intercepted back in. Bouncing puck and control for a 3-on-3 for the Lakers. They move in. Shot that goes well wide. Around here is Daniel Bridgman. Bridgman steps up, has some speed, top of the circles, cuts to the outside. Sharp angle shot, saved by Bogdan. Rebound is backhanded away by Purley. He heads to the corner, and it lifts it back behind the net. Jacob Hopp will clear towards the neutral zone. There's no neutral zone in roller, but the traditional ice hockey neutral zone. Lakers right back in. Trying to power through, but intercepted by Ryan. Ryan has options as he dumps it across the near side for Brown. Zach Brown circles in the half boards, lost his edge, taken over by Hofnagel. Hofnagel tries to shield the puck, gets it back for Brown. Brown pass across, it's intercepted as he was trying to connect with Jack Ryan. 3-on-2 now for the Lakers. Moving into the zone. Here's Sims. Sims tries a shot, chest save, rebound loose, backhand try, saved by Bogdan. Another poke is covered up, and play is stopped. It was Bridgman with the second shot. Nielsen with a last-minute jab to try to sneak it through Bogdan, but could not get it to go. Still plenty of action for both of these teams. Next up for RIT, they'll play at 2:15 this afternoon against UC Santa Barbara. Grand Valley State doesn't play again until tomorrow, where they take on UMass at 7 a.m. a game tomorrow morning. Here's Mark Purley moving in for the Tigers. Takes the slapper, then takes a little chopper towards the cage. Didn't get all of it and easily blocked. And the Lakers will break the other way. 6:20 to go here in the first period. Still no score. Dragged to the outside and controlled back behind the cage and around by Nielsen. Nielsen pirouettes all the way around to the near side again. Throws it towards the cage. Blocked out in front. Looking for the deflection was Budai. But instead of deflecting, he actually kind of blocked it, stopped it, could not get another shot off. 6:04 left to go in the first period, and we still remain scoreless. Face-off down, one back, a little bouncer. Trying to race onto it is Colin Friday. Swept off his stick. And dumped up ahead, and here come the Lakers. Pass across, deflected towards the cage. Hopp is there, and he'll dump it away from trouble. On the far side, Joseph Testa. Testa being looked at by Friday. He'll hide back behind the cage. Testa out of St. John, Indiana, 22-year-old. 8 goals on the regular season, looking for his first of the national tournament. Trying to move up ahead, but it's intercepted. And the Lakers will try the far side this time. Nice move to get in, but it's kicked wide of the cage. Almost came back out in front, but swept down by Hopp. .505 to go first period. RIT, Grand Valley State, no score. Lakers move in, 3-on-2. Next move to the outside. Shot comes in, that goes high. A decent opportunity there. But Budai couldn't get it to go. Lifted out to the slot. Shot comes in. Didn't get all of it in a stick save by Bogdan. Here's Testa. Taken away by Friday. Friday powering his way through Testa, who stayed with him very well. And when you lose the puck, it's so tough to back check. But he did a great job to continue to dig. And the Lakers, who've carried much of the play, at least 80% of the play, have possession back behind their own cage. 4:25 to go in the first period. Just our third game of the day here on both rinks, but this is the Bauer rink. And a 3-on-2 develops again for the Lakers. Tossed out in front, kicked off a leg, and it goes wide. Banked back towards the point. Friday there defensively for Rochester. The Rochester Institute of Technology. So essentially a home game for them. And they have pretty good support here in spite of the early time of the game. Shot comes in, fanned on, that goes wide. What certainly helps is their Division II team just played on the other rink at 8 o'clock. So they're getting undressed right now and probably will come on out and support their classmates. That was a 5-4 RIT win over Miami. So the RIT Tigers, 2 teams here at the championships. Wrist shot comes in, saved by Bogdan, and he holds on. Nice opportunity by Nathan Reiseman, but he stops play. Three minutes, 22 seconds left to go here in the first period. And scoreless game in Division IV pool play. Playoffs starting to ramp up. We've had our first playoff overtime game. 7 a.m. game over on the Mission rink. It was Missouri S&T upending Boston University. 4-3 clip. Again, overtime once you get to that playoff round, the elimination rounds. Not 4 minutes. Nope. It is a full 12. So here's Purley. So things get that much more interesting as Hupp will bank it up ahead. Goes all the way down. Just looking for that home run pass. I was out of the reach of Zach Brown. And lurking out in front of the cage was Matthew Kinn. But Lakers will control with 2:40 to go here in the first period. Nice pass up ahead. Comes to the far side boards. Lakers looking for help. They're not in front. It's deflected back to the point. Could be a break the other way, but unable to turn quickly. It was Matthew Kinn. Didn't help that the puck rolled on him and just scooted away. 2:20 left to go in the first period. And the Lakers, bouncing puck, can't control cleanly. Grabbed here by Kinn. And he'll move up 2-on-3. Nice cut towards the middle. Kinn moves in, drags and fires. Glove save by McYessie. And he will hold on. 2:07 left to go here in the first period. So we have the broadcasters coming in. 7 of us working this entire tournament. Some of us getting about 6, 7, 8 games a day. So all of us have stock in throat lozenges and tea. As we move in 3-on-2 with the Lakers. Nice cut to the outside, but he lost the handle. Thrown towards the cage. Bogdan covers. At least he thought he did. He still scrambles. It is covered up in front. Play stopped with 1:47 left to go in the first period. One other game going on, obviously, in the other rink, the Mission rink. Another D4 pool play game, Florida Gulf Coast and UC Santa Barbara. Fantastic effort last night by UC Santa Barbara. Again, that's a team that only has 6 skaters. And they really roll 4, then use the other 2 as kind of stopgaps. They found a way to take this Grand Valley State team to overtime, but couldn't quite finish the deal. Full marks to, again, the Gauchos. A gutty effort last night. See what they can do against Florida Gulf Coast today. No score on that one so far. That's on the side of the cage, covered up by Bogdan. And play is stopped. Scores so far today in D3. Illinois State over Sam Houston 8-4. We mentioned Missouri S&T over Boston in overtime at 4-3. Shot comes in, that goes high. San Jose State defeated Robert Morris 3-1 in a D2 game. And RIT defeated Miami 5-4. This is the RIT D4 squad taking on Grand Valley State. Again, most of the pressure being put on by the Lakers as we head down towards the last minute of the first period. Grand Valley controls. Dumps in deep. Trying to backhand away Hofnagel, but controlled here by the Lakers. Back to the point. One-time drive. It's blocked out in front again. Bogdan wanted to cover, but Colin Friday will just clear. 48 seconds left to go in period number 1. Coming up later, there's the final game of D1 pool play and their quarterfinals. Hofnagel can't control, but neither can the Lakers, so Hofnagel's able to circle back for it. 32 seconds to go in the period. Around now, Purley. Under pressure from behind. Nielsen chops to the near side, but Hofnagel's back to help out. Taken back by Nielsen. Has options out in front. Takes a shot and he scores! Dan Nielsen able to pick the near side corner. Second goal of the tournament. 20 seconds to go in the first, and it's 1-0 Grand Valley State. Well, giveaways in the zone, especially low of the goal line, are a disaster, especially when you have two back checkers low trying to work it out. And just a nice move to get across. The added option across the far side. Instead, decided to pick the corner, as Bogdan was a little off at his angle. So 1-0 Lakers. 10 seconds left to go in the period. Maybe a last rush for Grand Valley. 2-on-2. Into the zone as they crisscross. Back in out in front, but poked away by the goaltender Bogdan. And that is how the period will end. So a late first period goal by the Grand Valley State Lakers and Dan Nielsen, the 22-year-old from Oaklawn, Illinois. We'll take a break. Come back with second period action in just a moment. You're watching the National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships.
The NCRHA would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of the 2019 National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships: Mission Hockey and Bauer Hockey, the Rochester Convention and Visitors Bureau. Find out more at visitrochester.com. Inline Warehouse, Unify Gameware, Blue Frame Technology, the CJ Sports Network. You are listening to the 2019 National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships, presented by Mission Hockey and Bauer Hockey.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from the Bill Graves Regional Iceplex in Rochester, New York. Now, about to start the second period. D4 pool play action continues. Grand Valley State 1, RIT nothing. No carryover penalties or power plays. We switch sides. Grand Valley State is now going left to right on your screen. They're in the black. RIT is in the white. Tom Williams here. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll get you the full account of the scoring. The lone goal. 20 seconds remaining in the first period is when that goal occurred. And it might be unassisted. Actually, I think it is, but we'll confirm. So here come the Lakers the other way. Pass across. That's unable to connect. Trying to reach for it. Unable to do so. Again, I will apologize for the lack of identification on some of the Lakers players. Just very difficult to see those jerseys. But we will do our best. He has a slap shot looking for the sharp side. But it's gloved down by the RIT netminder, Dennis Bogdan. Very fortunate that we have a monitor so I can kind of stare at that and hopefully pick up some of these numbers. As that is Matthew Tenaglia taking the draw for the Lakers. But taken away by Zach Brown. Goes all the way around the far side. And cleared up now for Barton Hofnagel out of San Jose, California. Clears it to the near side. And the Lakers will try to control. They've carried much of the play. Here's Andrew Budai out of Woodhaven, Michigan. For Testa. Squeezed 1-on-2. Tried to lump it up ahead, but Andrew Budai has to control after the deflection. Now all the way across, and this is Testa. Chops it towards the cage. Gloved down easily by Bogdan. Stops playing with 10:46 left to go here in the second period. By the way, talking about the quick turnaround for Grand Valley State and also RIT, because they played the 10:45 game last night. The entire crew here also the quick turnaround, so full marks to those folks. And because they don't leave when the games are over, they have to kind of wrap things up. Here's a possible 2-on-1 for RIT. Backhanded away, though. Now it's a mini break as here come the Tigers into the zone. Goes to the backhand, scores! Zach Brown scores his first goal of the season. 10:21 to go in the second, and we are tied at 1. Initially was a 2-on-1, got slowed down on the far side boards. But Brown, right on top of it, able to sneak his way through. Comes in, gets to the backhand, and lifts it over the shoulder of McYessie. So Tigers and Lakers tied up at 1, but here comes the Lakers again. That's forced wide. Good stand-up check there by Jacob Hupp. And cleared back again. 10:04 left to go. Slapper from center line goes wide. They have been blocked out in front. Thrown out in front again. As again, the Lakers are keeping up the pressure. All the way around they go. Drags, fires, blocker save, and it bounces to the corner. And talking about the great staff here running the show, essentially, the broadcasting. Game was over last night, probably about 1 o'clock. They probably didn't get out of here until about 1:30. They were back here again, probably about 6 o'clock to set everything up. So, again, full marks to the camera people and everyone else running the show. So here come the Tigers the other way. Turning on the speed, Jack Ryan. He gets tripped up on the play, nothing called, then throws a hip, and he's going to go to the box. And we have some pushing and shoving. So Ryan, again, just flashed out the hip. Puck was away, so I'm guessing the call will be interference. And let's see what they end up calling here. But the bottom line, we're going to call a trip. Well, no matter what you call it. It is a power play for the Grand Valley State Lakers. Their power play, 35.7%. Puck is down, and we're back underway with 9:05 to go here in the second period. Tied up at 1. Great chance for the Lakers to regain the lead. Thrown towards the cage, blocked away. Goes around towards the corner. And they spread it out wide, trying to get those cross passes. It works, but the shot is fanned on. They may try that again. Pass across to the near side. Towards the slot one time. Try and they score! Oh, brilliant pass all the way across just to the side of the cage as Grand Valley State scores on the power play. And they lead 2-1. Looks like that was Andrew Bodai. If that's his, it's his first of the tournament, 9th of the season. Again, that little lane found it. Not a great angle, diving attempt by Bogdan. But Budai able to power it home. And the Lakers regain the lead on the power play goal. They're now 1-for-1 on the advantage as here comes Daniel Bridgman. Bridgman drifting across the slot. He'll try a shot, and that goes wide. 8:15 to go. Another try blocked in front. Second period action. Trying to power his way through here is Zach Brown. Over skates the puck. Good checking on him by Sean Serafini. Here's Robinson to the outside. Looking for help out in front. Tries a shot. Shoulder save. Rebound trickles past the crease. Backhand out in front. Still loose. Covered up by Bogdan, and play is stopped. $7:57 left to go in the second period. A 2-1 lead. Grand Valley State. And we'll try to get you all the scoring as we move along. Shots on goal in the first period was 9-4 in favor of the Lakers, even though that was about 5 minutes ago. Out in front, shot comes in. That's fought off by Bogdan. And it'll be dumped all the way back by the Lakers. So in the first period, it was Nielsen from Sims, the 11:40 mark. Then here in the second, 1:39 mark, it was Zach Brown to tie the game up. And we just want to get confirmation on the Laker power play goal. And Andrew Budai looks like he's the one who powered it home. As this shot comes in, that goes wide and goes to the far side corner. Racing back here, Martin Hofnagel. Chopped it back behind the net. Little help coming from Purley. And it's the second time that RIT lost it back behind the cage, having too low. Comes out in front, shot comes in, deflected high. And the aggressiveness on the back check by the Tigers is commendable. But if you're going to overload, you have to come up with the puck or you're in big trouble out in front. So here's Daniel Bridgman out of Dearborn, Michigan. Gains the line, moving in, takes the shot, glove down, loose, backhand try, and another save by Bogdan, and he holds on. 6:30 left to go in the second period, 2-1 Grand Valley State, thanks to Dan Nielsen. So Dan Nielsen actually got the second goal as well. Andrew Budai got the assist along with Justin Sims. So Nielsen with 2 goals on the game. Now it's 3 on the tournament. Must have been a big challenge for both of these clubs. Getting out of here after midnight. Being young guys, they want to hang out, have a good time. But you know what? This is a business trip for both of these teams trying to win a national championship. So I'm sure they went right to sleep. At least you would think so. Pass across, trying to go one time. And it is covered up by Bogdan. .6:10 left to go here in the second period, rather. Essentially just getting our day underway here. It's our third game on both rinks. Last game will start at 11:45 tonight. There is one great advantage to playing rollers. You don't have to wait for ice cuts and Zamboni runs. So it's game into game. It's tons of action. Wrist shot comes in. That's blocked away by Bogdan, who has been strong throughout. Grand Valley State has been caught up in a couple of real close games. They get tripped up, and it's intercepted. No calls. Here's Kin moving out for the Tigers. Kin, nice pass across, but just out of the reach of Jack Ryan. Lofted up ahead, trying to work through Budai. And he'll step up. It could be a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Moves in, pass across, but just goes all the way through. And the Tigers clear it down. And we talked about Grand Valley State's late game last night against UC Santa Barbara, a 2-1 overtime victory. Earlier in the day, come from behind victory against Florida Gulf Coast, which ended with lots of pushes and shoves and poorly executed hugs, as broadcaster Chris Treff described at the time. So here comes RIT the other way. Could be a 3-on-2. Turns to a 3-on-1 as the defenseman goes down. 2-on-1 develops. Here's Purley. Drags, fires, and it's blocked. Bounce towards the cage and then gloved away nicely. Keegan Wildfong on the back check. Here comes a possible 2-on-1 for the Lakers. Cutting wide. Pass out in front. Tap just wide of the cage. Oh, great opportunity there for Bradley Robinson. Here's Jack Ryan behind the net. 4:20 left to go in the second period. 2-1 Lakers. Long outlet pass. Very close to too many. They're going to cut him some slack here as Colin Friday can't work through. Kin was slow to get off. Giving away to Friday. Comes in with a shot glove. Saved by McGessie, and he holds on. I think the consensus there between the officials will be, yeah, he really wasn't involved in the play, and he was trying to jump off. They don't even entertain any notion of talking about it. 4:02 to go in the second. Back on the other side of the rink, goaltender has his mask off, and I think he has a bit of an equipment issue. So one of the referees is back there. A couple of players as well trying to help him out. I think it's either the bottom strap on the right pad or the skate itself. So Matthew Kinn is back there. They're trying to help him out. He was the player trying to come off on that close play as far as too many on the floor. .402 left to go. Bit of an extended break here. I want to thank everyone for joining us as we come to you from the Bill Graves Regional Iceplex in Rochester, New York. Had a chance to talk to a lot of the players and a lot of the support staff for these teams, taking advantage of the area. 2 minor league sports teams in action this week. The baseball Rochester Red Wings, and of course the Rochester Americans in hockey. Heck, even the National Lacrosse League Rochester Nighthawks might be working this weekend as well. So certainly lots of options sports-wise. Great restaurants in the area, and full marks to the Rochester Visitors Convention Bureau and helping out with this tournament, getting their information out to give these guys something good to do when not here at the rink. And if you're just joining us, 2-1 lead for Grand Valley State of RIT. This is a Division IV pool play game. Reason why we're delayed is the goaltender for the RIT Tigers, Dennis Bogdan. A little bit of an equipment issue. And it does look like he is ready to get rolling once again. Face-off will be to the right of Megiesi. I'm kind of surprised that it moved the face-off outside the zone because of the delay caused, although inadvertently, by RIT. Hofdegel tries to backhand it away. Back to action. That's lofted off the glass. Trying to glove down, bounce it away. Friday. Sharp angle shot, net goes wide. Chasing on over is Jacob Strickland. Long cross pass. They get over the line. Return towards Strickland. Trying to move in. Sweeps it towards the cage. Deflection goes wide. 3:38 to go, second period. 2-1 Lakers. Here's Reisinen. Tosses it up ahead. They move wide with it. Pass out in front looking for Reisinen. Backhand try. Can't get it to go. Is it in? Scores! Delayed reaction from the official. But the Grand Valley State Lakers extend the lead with 3:23 to go in the second. It's 3-1. Just a scramble in front of the cage. They try that cross-crease pass. This time it connects, but not immediately. And it's right there on the doorstep. They try the backhand. It's juggled and it tucks its way inside that post. And I believe that was Nathan Reisinen with the goal. His third of the tournament, 7th of the season. And it's now a 2-goal lead to the Lakers. Looking for more, but trying to chop it away. Jack Ryan, unsuccessfully though. 3-on-2 for Grand Valley. They move in. Wrist shot. That's deflected off the top of the netting. I think it actually landed on the back of the cage. 3:05 left to go, second period. And a 3-1 lead now for the Grand Valley State Lakers. The Lakers has carried much of the play in this one. That's pretty much been from the jump. But now looking for counter punches here, the Tigers. Colin Friday couldn't quite catch up to it. And here once again is Joseph Testa. Intercepted by Ryan. Ryan tries to poke it up ahead, but he's met there by Jacob Strickland. Bouncing puck. Turns into a roll. Knocked away. Trying to catch up, but unable to do so was Ryan. Very good shift for him. And here comes Reisinen the other way for the Lakers. 2:34 to go, second period. Inside the circle. Drags, fires. Bouncing puck. That goes wide. Didn't get all that shot, but it serves as a nice little knuckleball. So here is Ryan. Dumps it in towards the corner. Racing back here is Tenaglia. Tries to wrap it around. Save. It's loose side of the cage. Finally covered up by Bogdan. And play is stopped. On the other side, second period action there as well. Florida Gulf Coast all over UC Santa Barbara, 5-0. And we mentioned earlier the Gauchos putting on a great effort against Grand Valley State yesterday, but fell short in overtime 2-1. And now they are behind relatively largely against the Eagles of Florida Gulf Coast University. Right here on the Bauer Rink, 2 minutes to go in the second period. Grand Valley State Lakers 3, RIT Tigers 1. Tigers looking to avoid going 0-2. The Lakers trying to move up to 2-1. Actually 3-0, excuse me, as they move across. Shot comes in, and a glove save by the goaltender Bogdan. 1:45 left to go here in the second period. Certainly a disparity of travel between these two teams. Rochester Institute of Technology is a stone's throw away. Grand Valley State in western Michigan, Grand Rapids. Not sure exactly how far that is. Probably about 10 hours, maybe longer. And they move in. Here come the Lakers. Nice pass towards the slot. Trying the spin move. Can't control. Lakers just keeping it to the outside. Now they get it out in front. Looking at the backhand. Goes to the forehand. Off the crossbar and scores. Oh, beautiful goal there. As Grand Valley State extends the lead with 1:11 to go in the second period. It's 4-1. Oh, an absolutely beautiful move. As he goes wide, goes to the backhand, then to the forehand, and Daniel Bridgman scores his first of the tournament. So 4-1 lead for the Lakers. And RIT doing all they can to try to stay in this game. Great effort in the first. Actually, great effort all the way around. But in the first, they were able to pick up a goal. Right now, the Lakers have kind of figured things out and extend to a 4-1 lead as we head to the last minute of the second period. Here come the Lakers once again, but they're only sending two in. It's a little 2-on-3 with 50 seconds to go. Shot comes in, saved by Bogdan. That's kicked to the corner. And the Lakers will bank it back towards the center line. Nice move to the outside. To the corner, shot angle thrown out in front. One-timer, Fandon gets enough of it towards the cage, but Bogdan gloves down and covers, and play is stopped. So Grand Valley State's third goal came back at the 8:37 mark. Nathan Reisedin from Justin Sims and Dan Nielsen. And just waiting for confirmation on the fourth goal. We have it as Daniel Bridgman, the 20-year-old from Dearborn, Michigan. Here comes a 2-on-2 for RIT. Into the zone, Zach Brown. Brown comes in, takes a shot, partially blocked as it missed the post. Lofted away by Budai. Being chased by Ryan, but softly, little two-man forecheck as Brown tries to force him away. Nice move. As Budai gets through a couple, then tosses it all the way up ahead, and it connects. Shot comes in, and they score! Bogdan got a big chunk of it, but it wasn't enough as Grand Valley State extends to a 5-1 lead with 5 seconds to go in the second. Again, right off the end of the glove, and just couldn't quite corral it. I believe that was Bradley Robinson. If it is, it's his first of the tournament, 7th of the season. And that pretty much, is how the period is going to end. That was lofted out of play, and they just let the clock roll the last 0.2 of a second. So, great period for Grand Valley State as they were able to extend the lead to 5-1. We'll take a quick break. Back with third period action in just 1 minute as you're watching the National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from the Bill Graves Regional Iceplex in Rochester, New York. Third period action underway. No carryover penalties or power plays. We've switched sides. RIT's in the white. Grand Valley State with a 5-1 lead. They are in the black. Tom Wilms here. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll do our best to bring you a second period scoring recap. We'll do so when there's lulls in play. 1:39 mark. RIT tied the game at 1. Zach Brown unassisted. Then at the 3:26 mark, power play goal by Dan Nielsen. Andrew Budai, Justin Sims with the assist. That made it a 2-1 game. 8:37 mark. Nathan Reisenden from Justin Sims and Dan Nielsen. So here come the Tigers into the zone. Here's Jack Ryan to the outside. Nice kneel. Trying to get across. Right there in the slot was Friday. Couldn't get it to him. Down to a knee. And on his backside is Hofnagel. Can't control. And now the Lakers break out. It's a 2-on-1. So they drift into the zone. Cutting wide. Pass out in front. Deflection. They score. Oh, what a brilliant pass by Justin Sims. Dan Nielsen with the hat trick. 11 minutes to go in the third. It's now 6-1 Grand Valley State. Perfectly executed 2-on-1. Little crisscross move. Defenseman doesn't know who to cover. Tries to cover the lane as best he can. But Mark Pearlie couldn't quite get the shaft all the way down on the deck. And smiles abound there for the Lakers. They lead by 5. Face off at the center line. And the Lakers will look for more. They break in, cut to the outside, back into the slot. Save, rebound, covered up by Bogdan. As on the doorstep was Joseph Testa. By the way, to close out that second period, we had Bridgman from Tenaglia and Testa at the 10:49 mark. And then with 5 seconds left, it was Bradley Robinson from Joshua Mitchell and Keegan Wildfong. This shot comes in. That goes wide. We're still waiting for the account of the 6th goal, which came in this period. Almost the 7th goal as that's deflected wide. By the way, shots on goal in the second period for Grand Valley State, 15. Two-period total of 24. That's kicked towards the cage, covered up by Bogdan as he's had enough. RIT in the second period had 4 shots, two-period total of 8. Grand Valley State has added at least 3 or 4 more shots to their 24 that they've had through the first 24 minutes. Shot a minute. It's not a bad way to go. 36 shots would be a fine effort. More importantly, a 6-1 lead for the Lakers as they look to go and extend their record to 3-0. RIT, barring a big-time comeback, will drop to 0-2. Here comes Hop. Backhands towards the cage, unable to connect there with Brown. Here come the Lakers again, 2-on-3. Sharp angle try, and that goes well wide by Tenaglia. That'd have been more of a pass for Budai. Low 2-on-1. They go back behind the cage. And Budai was all alone in front. Pass towards the cage is knocked away by Hofnagel. And he'll try to chase it down against 2 Lakers. Helped out by Brown. Zach Brown from Irvington, New York. Picked up his first goal of the tournament earlier. Lone goal for the Tigers in this one. And cut wide. Drag. Shot comes in. That's deflected off the bottom of the glass. Spin away by Tenaglia. Looked at by Brown. Nice cut up ahead. Pass across. Blocked by Hofnagel, but he gets it right back. The Lakers so strong on the puck in this one. That's wrapped around all the way to the far side corner. Then even further here for Jacob Strickland. Strickland cuts to his forehand. Can't control. And nabbed here by Brown. Actually, it was Kinn out for Brown, but couldn't control. Bouncer to the near side. 2-on-2 for the Lakers. Nice cut towards the middle. Turns to a 2-on-1. Across now to Tenaglia. Takes a shot. And a save by Bogdan. Now here comes Hofnagel the other way as he tries to turn on some speed. Drags. Oh, nice. Poke check. Defensive work by the Lakers. Here comes a 2-on-1 once again. Across. Thrown towards the front of the cage, but off the wheels of Jacob Strickland. Now here's Hofnagel the other way. Cuts outside. Nice reach by the defenseman. Trying to throw across. Blocked. Then cleared towards the center line. Picked up by Ryan. Steps up. Tries to drive. Save. Loose out in front. And calmly moved to the corner by the Lakers. 8:25 to go third period. 6-1 in favor of the Grand Valley State Lakers. even though they played in a couple of early tight games, taking care of business here against RIT, and just over a period away from a 3-0 start to their national championship experience. Dumped up ahead. Intercepted, though, by Colin Friday. Now for Purley. Purley across for Hupp. Tries to get it back for Friday, but it was well behind him. Lakers on the intercept. Move in. Nice pass across. Nice touch play. Shot comes and they score. Fouling up was Bradley Robinson, his second of the game, 8th of the season. 7:42 to go in the third. It's 7-1 Lakers. So tough to do on the 4-on-4 game is to have those layers coming in on those rushes. And it was a low 3-on-2. Intended for the man in front, but followed up. And Robinson out of Sault Ste. Marie in Michigan makes it a 7-1 game. So here's Mark Purley trying to respond for the Tigers. Haven't picked up a goal since the first period. He moves in, low 2-on-1, tries a shot, swallowed up by McGessie. And he will hold on. This is a 6-goal run for the Grand Valley State Lakers. And I just think the experience from last night against a short bench Gaucho club from UC Santa Barbara, and then the tight back and forth, nasty snarling game against Florida Gulf Coast. I think when they were 1-1 early in the second, they made a conscious effort to really step up their game. In spite of the lack of sleep, I'm sure, trying to earn their rest. They won't play again until early tomorrow morning. So Grand Valley State will have some time to regroup, get some fresh legs, and we have a delayed penalty coming up against Grand Valley. So the Tigers will go to the power play for the first time. $7:14 to go in the third period. RIT, well, sure would love to get back in this game. Pretty much have to score a goal in a minute and really step up the pressure. When you do that, of course, you set yourself up for action the other way. But to start off with a power play, trying to get a good taste in their mouth here. We head towards the later stages. Face-off win, but it's a little bit too cleanly. And controlled here by Purley. Purley, as mentioned, from Worcester, Massachusetts. Back down for Hofnagel. Back for Purley. Purley spinning to the corner and really has no help. Now he gets away. Swept off his stick. Tries to circle back for it. Shoulder barge to the corner. 2-on-1 plays. The Tigers are smart and overloading over there. Now it turns to a little 3-on-2. And the Lakers try to break out, and Hofnagel tries to check, can't do it, and a breakaway shorthanded for the Lakers. They break in, goes to the forehand, scores! Nice move by Andrew Budai. First of the tournament, 9th of the season. 6:31 left to go in the third. A shorthanded goal of the Lakers. They lead it 8-1. So they get that all-important 7-goal lead. And he just had a step. Hofnagel tried to dig, but had nothing. Little poke check attempt, but swept home by Budai. And the clock will run from here on out. Power play does continue, though, for RIT. Pass across is intercepted. Taken right back, though, by Hofnagel. Moves in 3-on-2. Tries a shot, deflected off the glass. Far side, Ryan. Back for Purley. 55 seconds to go in the power play for the Tigers. So here's Hofnagel, gets it across. Shot comes in, save, rebound, chop towards the cage again, deflects up to the corner. Mark Purley is there. Tries to lift it back behind the net, all the way around to the corner here for Jack Ryan. Colin Friday back for Ryan. 30 seconds left to go in the power play. Ryan. Lost it in the corner. Still continues to dig. Eventually squirts out and grabbed by the Lakers. 5:30 to go in the third period. Kicked away by Purley. A little surprised that the Lakers didn't just try to clear it. Purley with a drive. Didn't get all of it. Comes it on cage anyway. Swallowed up by McGessie. And he will hold on. Power play has expired. The clock continues to run with the 7-goal lead. 5:08 and counting to go. Brown gets ready to take the draw for RIT. Zach Brown from Irvington, New York. Back here for Kin. Tries to get it deep. Only got a little chunk of it. And here come the Lakers the other way. It's a 2-on-2. Nice move to the outside. Backhand try. Towards the front of the cage, and it sneaks home. They score! Not sure if it was a defenseman or if it was a member of Grand Valley State who'll get credit. Looked like it was Justin Sims who taps it home. 4:25 and counting to go. It's now 9-1. Sprawling attempt there by Dennis Bogdan. As he just cuts wide, turns around the defense, and yep, he got a big chunk of that. Trying to squeeze the legs was Bogdan, but unsuccessful. So Sims with the goal, his second of the tournament. Makes it a 9-1 lead for the Lakers as Grand Valley State pulls away. Here's Brown. Could be a 2-on-1 with the Tigers. Brown turns into a mini break, comes in, takes a shot, drag, save, rebound, lose. Backhand try is blocked away. Tigers took time to find it. That allowed the Lakers to kind of regroup. They break in 2-on-2, backhand towards the slot, kick towards the net. Net comes off its moorings, and play is stopped. That was actually off the blade, or the wheels rather, of Mark Purley. Well, would have counted because it was off a leg of an RIT player. But Jacob Hupp slid into the post. And there's no pegs like you would see in ice hockey, of course. So the net comes off relatively easy in comparison. Certainly not like the old days, going back to the 70s and beyond, where it was strong posts. And running into the cage was extremely dangerous. And I think it was in the 80s, they added the magnetic pegs. But then they found that the nets came off way too easily. So they kind of came up with the current system, kind of a combination of the little pegs and posts. Purley, cross now for Hupp. 2:38 to go here in the third period. RIT trying to get something rolling here. Just get a momentum boost for their next game. But now here comes Grand Valley, deflected towards the cage. Saved by Budai. That actually was chested down by Joshua Mitchell. Doesn't matter how it gets over that line. As long as it does, it counts. As long as you don't kick it and punch it in or throw it in. Actually, even a directed chest, if you're an avid enough soccer player and can kind of chest it or head it into the cage, that's still no good. I would be fully impressed if you can pull that off, though. Here comes Jacob Hupp. 2 minutes left to go. Here's Hofnagel. Gets over the line, tries to drag through. Didn't have good possession. Daniel Bridgman easily knifes it away. Bridgman cuts right over the center dot. 3-on-2 develops. Lofts it up ahead. He's trying to connect there with Testa. Comes around the near side for Hupp. Out of his reach. Tenaglia keeps the cycle going. Gets through the stick check of Ryan. Dumps it away from Friday. But Hofnagel backhands away. A little help here from Testa. Great job by the Lakers just keeping the cycle going. Here's Bridgman. Top of the slot. Goes wide. Takes a shot and it goes off a leg. Hofnagel with the stand-up block. Now here's Testa. Dropped as they keep the cycle rolling. Top of the circle. Shot comes in, and that's fought off by Bogdan. Heading down to the last minute of this pool play game here in Division 4. It's all Grand Valley. They step up, cut wide against the stick check of Ryan. Good little wrap check on Bridgman. Ryan stays with him. Hofnagel in the help out. Hofnagel tries to backhand away from the forecheck. Ryan comes up with it. Pitch works it up ahead, but behind Friday. Colin Friday, 21-year-old from Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia. Thrown towards the cage, chested down by McYessie. And that'll stop play, but not the clock. 35 seconds and counting. Left to go here in this third period. This is where the officials might just take their time. Let some extra time go off the clock. More so if it got chippy, but it hasn't been. Shot towards the cage, right on the face-off. And the goaltender doesn't have to drop it to keep the clock going. It's going to go anyway. He just wants to play it. 13 seconds left to go. Maybe a last rush here from Grand Valley. Trying to get the double digits. 2-on-1. Neat drop pass. On his backhand. Spin move deflected just wide. Nice opportunity by Tenaglia. Thrown out in front. Bogdan covers. And that will end the game. Well, Grand Valley State was up 1-0 after one. An early goal in the second tied it up. But 4 goals in the second. And then the pull away in the third as the Lakers take this one again. Final score of 9-1. Goal scorers in this one for the Lakers: Dan Nielsen with the hat trick, Bradley Robinson with 2 single goals, Daniel Bridgman, Justin Sims, Andrew Budai, and Nathan Ryson. The lone goal by the Tigers by Zach Brown. Grand Valley State 1 for 1 on the power play. RIT 0 for 1, and they also gave up a short-handed goal. So the RIT Tigers drop to 0-2. Grand Valley State improves to 3-0. Next for RIT, they'll play at 2:15 this afternoon against UC Santa Barbara. Next for Grand Valley State, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. against UMass. That will just about do it for us. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Our final score, the Grand Valley State Lakers 9, the RIT Tigers 1. For all of us here at the National Championships at the Bill Gray Regional Iceplex in Rochester, New York, this is Tom Williams saying thank you again, and we'll see you real soon.
This game has been brought to you by Mission Hockey, Bauer Hockey, the Rochester Convention and Visitors Bureau, Inline Warehouse, Unify Gameware, Blue Frame Technology, and the CJ Sports Network. This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of the National Collegiate Roller Hockey Association. The NCRHA would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.